All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Presented Without Comment. Today I'm recording this on a Monday, February 14th. I got a good one for you guys today. We're going to cover a trade that you can actually still get in on. Again, this whole show is not financial advice. All investments are the sole risk of the investor. That's it. Proceed with caution. And let's get started. So we're going to cover one. I got some analytics from the first few videos I put up that people really just tune in for the first 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to try to put all the juicy information right at the start. And if you guys want to stick around and hear the details, by all means, I'm happy to cover it. So without further ado, let's get started. So today's featured trade is we're going to talk about Alan Lowenthal, congressman from California's 47th district, and his affinity for Sunrun. Now, Sunrun, ticker is RUN. Their next earnings is this Thursday, February 17th. So let's get started. So Alan Lowenthal, who is he? He's the Democratic Congress member from California's 47th district. He's been in Congress since 2013. He was a state senator since 2004, actually. So he most recently bought Sunrun on January 14th of 2022. Sunrun, if you don't know them, they're the largest solar installer in the U.S. Now, why is this interesting? Why did this trade catch my eye? For a couple reasons. Number one, he actually sits on the House Committee of Natural Resources. He actually sits on a bunch of relevant House committees that we're gonna get into. He's also very familiar with Sunrun. In fact, he actually traded it 93 times in 2020 alone. 93? No way. Actually, yes way. We're going to cover that. We're going to get into each and every single one of those disclosures, and see how that's possible, because it actually blew me away. I thought it was a glitch. I didn't believe it at first when I saw it, but the guy actually went and incrementally sold it. You'll see. And then last time he did open a position in Sunrun, last time he actually bought shares of Sunrun was in March of 2020. During that time, when he first bought it, he then proceeded to sell that same position over the course of 4 months. So he held it from March, and then he started selling it from June 2020 all the way to October 2020. So he held it in total. He held it for about 10 months. Right? From March to October is 7 months. He held it for about 7 months. And we can't know what his entry or exit prices were for sure. Like, I don't know exactly how much money he made on all of these trades, but during that same time frame of March to October of 2020, Sunrun stock went up 340%, 3.5x during that time period. So if I see Alan Lowenthal buying Sunrun again, I don't know, to me, that's a bullish sign. That's a bullish signal. That's, to me, shows like, hey, this guy has a good track record with this specific stock. So let's get into the details. If this is all you wanted was a summary, here it is. There you go. You can, hit stop on this video at any time. But for the details, let's get into it. So here it is. Here's his disclosure form from the last time he bought it. There's actually a couple of other interesting trades on here also. If you guys could see, he bought Sunrun down here on the bottom. He also sold shares of Google. He had capital gains on it. Fine. And then this is a really interesting trade. He actually bought one of those reverse ETFs that shorts the NASDAQ. So it's pretty interesting. Simpletons, ignoramuses are going to say, oh my God, I can't believe this. A senator who's shorting the U.S. stock market, shorting the American economy. Oh, what is this? You're betting against your own country. You're betting against your own citizens. Honestly, look, the guy's probably just hedging his portfolio. Clearly, a move like this suggests that he's a pretty sophisticated investor. I'm not going to read too much into that. I don't think he has any, malicious things. I think the guy's just looking for a hedge. Remember, this is January of 14th of 2022. So market was about to hit the rocks at that point anyway. So yeah, it was probably a good bet. Not going to lie. Probably a good bet. I wish I did the same. So who is Sunrun? Sunrun's the largest solar installer in the US. Let's read. I just copied this from Seeking Alpha. Sunrun engages in the design, development, installation, sale, ownership, maintenance of residential solar systems in the US. It also sells solar energy systems and products such as panels and raking, and solar leads generated to customers. Fine. They have 8,500 employees, founded in 2007, based out of San Francisco. I actually checked. That's not his district. It's not like he's, the Congress member of the same exact district. But I just, found it interesting. Now, what else do we know about Alan Lowenthal? So I hinted before, he sits on a bunch of very, very relevant subcommittees. He's actually on the subcommittee on water resources and environment. He's on the committee for natural resources. He's on the subcommittee for energy and mineral resources. Like, what? This dude is trading energy stocks and he's on all these subcommittees. Okay, present it without comment. We don't question those kinds of things here. We just see it and you keep on trucking. And then he's on the Climate Solutions Caucus. Now, again, I don't know what membership of these subcommittees actually entails. I don't know what being a member of these caucuses actually entail. I don't know who he's meeting with or how often. It looks to me they don't actually meet those that often, these committees. I think they meet like 2, 3, 4 times a year max. But yeah, we'll try to get somebody in a future episode. I'm going to try to find someone who's been a congressional staffer and can actually speak to that and can actually tell us a little bit more about what goes on during these committee hearings, during these committee meetings and these caucus meetings, who they meet with, if it's anybody interesting. But let's keep going here. So this is actually a tidbit that I plucked from Alan Lowenthal's website. This is from his congressional website. So he says, I am proud to be the co-chair of the Safe Climate Caucus, which has a mission to raise awareness in Congress and with the public about the many ways climate change is affecting the societies and ecosystems we hold dear and what we can do about it. Congress needs to act to reduce emissions and encourage new innovation for clean energy. Clean energy, that's a head scratcher. All right. And increase the resilience of our communities. Okay. Sustainable Energy and Environment Coalition. Sustainable Energy and Environment Coalition. That's a lot of coincidences on today's episode. I serve as the vice chair of the Sustainable Energy and Environment Coalition, which was founded in January 2009 to be focused, active, and effective, and effective advocate for policies for clean energy, innovation and job creation, environmental protection, and policies that will address global climate change. The SEEC also works to advance policies to help arrest global warming and protect our nation's clean air, water, and natural environment. Fine. So I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm seeing a theme. Climate Solutions Caucus. I am the vice chair of the Climate Solutions Caucus, founded in 2016 as a bipartisan group in the U.S. House of Representatives, which will explore policy options that address the impacts, causes, and challenges of our changing climate. Fine. He's also on the House Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Caucus. The House Renewable Energy and Energy Efficiency Caucus is a bipartisan caucus that serves to provide basic nonpartisan information to members and their staff on energy-related issues. The caucus does not advocate for particular technologies or approaches. Yeah, I bet it doesn't. So safe to say, this guy knows a lot about sustainability, sustainable energy solutions. Solar would definitely fall into all of these things. So let's examine his track record with Sunrun. Has Alan Lowenthal traded Sunrun before? We said yes. Alan Lowenthal is very familiar with Sunrun. He traded it 93 times in 2020 alone. 93 times? That's got to be wrong, right? Nope. He actually conducted 93 trades of Sunrun. When I say trades, I mean buys and sells, buy orders and sell orders. How's that possible? So I'm actually going to go ahead and pull it up here. This is just one sample of one of the filings he submitted to the congressional clerk's office. As you could see, I don't get this. I don't know why, like, what the thinking behind this is. Maybe somebody in the comments can explain it to me, but he makes these sales at different prices. And this is one that happened in July of 2020. And he just sells like a couple shares at a time. It looks like. I don't really get it. And some of them, it's weird. Some of them he has capital gains on, some of them he doesn't. He's selling them in like couple $100 increments in some cases. I don't get this, but this is how you end up with 93 different transactions. I guess that it's really, again, mind-boggling. I really don't get it. So yeah, did he make money on it the first time? We said yes. Initial buy, you could see here on this first arrow all the way to the left. Initial buy was on March 10th of 2020, and then he finished selling it over here on October 2nd of 2020. So during that time frame, again, like I said, he 3.5x his money. That's a pretty sick return. There's no way that we can actually calculate down to the dollar where, how much he exactly made or what his overall percentage return was, but the guy picked a really good time to start buying it, and he picked an even better time to finish selling it. He probably should have sold all of them at the end, but hindsight's 2020. Now, how is the current trade going, right? How is Alan Lowenthal's latest trade into Sunrun going? So actually, this chart's a couple days old. I think this when I wrote all this, it was trading a little bit higher. I think it fell even less. So it's down 21% since January 14th when he bought it. So time will tell. If you buy it today, if you buy it, between now and earnings, so with, assuming no news comes out, you could get a way better cost basis than Alan Lowenthal did on this trade. It's not like this is one of those like, oh, they bought it right before earnings and then boom, earnings crushed. This is a case where there's actually plenty of time for the audience, for the viewers to get in on this and again potentially do better. I don't know. I have no idea if this is a good trade or not, because guess what? This show is not financial advice. And are we going to make any assumptions, any accusations? Are we going to assume anyone did anything like, trade on MNPI? No, because that's not what we do, because this is presented without comment. We just give you the facts, we give you the details, and we let people jump to their own conclusions, make their own connections, and that's pretty much it. Thank you, everybody, so much for sticking around. If you made it this far, like and subscribe. I need all the help I can get. This concludes my latest trade coverage of Sunrun. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Send it to a friend or not. Who cares? Whatever. It's all love. Take care, everyone, and have a great night.